I'm Bally.
I'm Mark.
We're here at the Smash Factory. This is our custom fitting studio in London, Ontario. We've had a lot of people ask about our lead tape test.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of inquiries about tests, about clubs, more from the building side, like on the custom side, as opposed to, you know, just dealing with stock stuff.
For sure.
So manufacturers make a lot of really good stuff. Quality is very good, and over the last 15, 20 years, equipment's gotten a lot better.
Absolutely.
But what we're finding is there's a lot of subtle tweaks that we can make that make great changes depending on the player and what they want.
Yeah, absolutely. Those little adjustments that you don't think are going to make a big difference that sometimes can, right? And we saw that with the original lead tape video, and one of our viewers asked to see if they could, or if we could see a difference with the lead tape on the top of the club, and that's kind of what we're going to test today. So enjoy.
So, oh God, it hurts to move. I'll be fine. But so we started, you know, a lot of people, there were a lot of questions about, you know, the lead tape.
Yeah.
And a big reason why a lot of our custom builds, you know, we weighted in the heel to get swing weight just because it looks better. Yeah. We decided to do the ugly build and see what we get. And for me and somebody who launches it low and hooks it, lead tape at the back was significantly better. It took weight out of the heel, which slowed the face closure, helped me launch it higher, spin it more.
Yeah. A lot of benefits.
Yeah, a lot of benefits. Now, again, if you're a player who hits maybe a high fade or struggle with a slice, no bueno.
Yeah,
we're not going to do that.
Absolutely. But so it's not going to be better for everybody, right? But there's a difference, right? And I think that's the key is understanding which player you are in that mechanic, and then deciding whether it is a good thing for you or not. So, all right, let's see a couple.
So yeah, let me just kind of get it moving a little bit and hope my rib stays in place. And so we'll just get some numbers. So again, this is the club that we were hitting last time. We've got, do you remember swing weight? I think you built it to D3.
Yeah, it's D2 or D3. Oh, it's pretty light. No, it's pretty light.
Was it on the light side?
D1, D2.
So we're, I mean, nothing's changed there from a swing weight perspective. It feels normal, so it's got to be in the D2 range. I don't notice much. So okay, so I'll give you a few more here, and we'll just kind of get a baseline for today.
Right, we're gonna try and keep the same parameters about everything, and then kind of get an idea here. Okay, so a little bit skinny, but not bad.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm going to have some misses today.
Solid, just a little spin.
Yeah, which is also, I mean, hey, I'm going to be swinging the same club. Oh, that's the wrong ball. Yeah. We're going to hit Pro V1Xs. Every ball will be Titleist RCT Pro V1X, so we'll get accurate spin rates. If you switch between Pro V1 and Pro V1X, your spin rates are going to change. You're going to get skewed results.
Yeah, pretty vast differences there.
So this should be a pretty quick video. I'll hit 5 or 6 and we'll compare these numbers, launch and spin, and we'll go from there. You want one more?
Yeah. So
that's a really good shot. Maybe I should get my
88.8 is pretty good. So
yeah, pop my rib out more often, hit a little pull cut, perfect.
Not bad at all. Okay, give me 2 more with this one.
Okay. Groove low, but
yeah, not bad.
These things are also forgiving when you hit them low. So
yeah, a little spinny.
Yeah, I mean that was a little wiper and not great, but
okay, speed's perfect though. So give me one last one. Okay, good.
That might be a little faster. I kind of slid a bit.
No, just 28.
Same.
Okay.
Same, but different.
Okay, so hold on for a second. I'm going to go through these numbers and
sure.
Add them.
I'll collect the golf balls.
Okay, thank you. Just want to.
So again, as Mark's going through the numbers here, really what we're looking at is swing speed should not change because the overall swing weight is going to be the same. We're just kind of moving the mass from the bottom to the top. Mark and I don't know what's going to happen. It may be nothing. There may be a difference. My guess would be as soon as we move the tape from the sole of the club up to the top, we're going to see launch drop and spin drop. That's what should happen in theory.
We should see what we saw with our lead tip weight, but without the turning over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where, like, again, all this in theory stuff we'll put into practice and see if it actually is makes a big impact. So I'm just going to take this off. It's pretty jammed in there, so I don't think it's going to re-stick. But we should have, was it 8.7 grams of lead tape on there. So that's almost exactly what the tip weights would have been. Yeah, that's not gonna work. We're gonna take that off. We're gonna throw that out. All right, so I'm just gonna add lead tape. We're gonna go on to the top section here. So obviously we're gonna get it as high as we can. We're gonna try and move that CG up as much as we can as well. So bear with me here, give me a couple of minutes and I'll put on about 15 pieces of lead tape for you. We should be good to go.
I mean, I guess one of the biggest things is you try not to invade the top line and make it, you know, whatever. For our case, it's okay if it's a little ugly. I know we would
Yeah.
try and tuck it there if it was
I don't
for
think-
somebody's build, but
Yeah. But okay, it disappeared.
we got the swing weight.
Yeah, it's bang on.
Okay, so this is what we've built now.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
We've moved that lead tape up. A
Lead
little bit.
tape from there to there.
Yes, I mean it's moved about an inch, but it's.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, people asked, we're gonna do the test, so
Yeah.
let me smack some. So lead tape high.
Yeah,
What do you
so
know?
let's-
Swing weight feels the same. Club
Yeah.
feels the same. Looks the same.
Yeah.
You did a good job of hiding the tape. I can't see it up there.
Good. Thank you, Shrixon, for a thicker top line.
I left that one wide open.
Yeah. It's okay, a few. Just remind you what good shots look like there.
Yeah, I haven't seen many of those. Okay.
It's funny, it looks different from back here, obviously, and it's funny because I've never seen it. And I think
Is it weird looking?
Yeah,
Tape
I mean,
high?
It's interesting because like if you look at that iron, the top line is a bit thicker. Like,
Yeah.
they do move a little bit of mass
Sure.
up there, and
Sure.
I'm sure it's not just for fun. I mean, obviously it helps with the look at a dress, but it's interesting. It's pretty solid there too.
Yeah, that was it. It was good. A little open, but
Yeah, good carry, good numbers.
yeah, that's an X. Ah, man, I struggle.
It's hard to see.
Being colorblind and looking at little red versus black numbers is
Yeah.
very difficult for me.
I don't know how that feels, but I can.
I got in trouble yesterday because my daughter wanted a red freezy, but I got her the purple freezy. It was pomegranate instead of cherry. She understood, but
She still thinks you're a piece of crap.
I got in trouble.
Good little pull there.
Yeah, just got to focus on making a little bit of a turn. But again, like the
Yeah.
club's moving the same speed.
No.
I'm just a little off. Okay, you want a couple more?
Yeah, so that's 4. So at least give me like 2, 3 more.
Sure.
At least. Could narrow them. Narrow them down. That was hit hard.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was interesting.
Solid. I focused
Turn.
more on turning.
You even did a single like hard draw, which is nice.
Yeah, it's funny, right? I mean, we put these shafts in as just a goof. But they've never fit me well.
No, you can't hit it left.
Yeah, I love
It's
it.
interesting. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So, I mean, that's as good as anybody hits.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it's
That
moving
first
right.
one-
None of them are hooked.
Yeah, the first one I'm removing.
The first one was just a little
But
wacky. Do you need another one?
those- No, you're good. You're
You're fine?
That's perfect. So you're 88.6, 88.5. So give me closer numbers if you could, please. That's pretty good. 122.0, 122.9. So
Okay,
very
so
similar.
high, so ball speed,
Is up a marginal. I wouldn't even.
same.
Yeah, I'd be hard pressed. to
Sure,
say
sure.
That's a finding there.
Okay.
But I mean, if you look at like a couple of the data points, we saw a little bit less spin with that one, right? So
Can
center
you
guards-
put it on the chart so we can
Yeah.
compare them top and bottom and just remove the warm up?
Yeah, absolutely. This is again, so orange lead tape low, lead tape high is blue here. So
Okay.
if we look at ball speed, right? So the range 1.3, lowest one at 120, highest one at 123.6. Kind of a similar story here. We did see that the ceiling was a little higher here. We did have that one that face was a little bit shut, and there was a little bit shut, barely. But you did get your fastest ball speed with that one. So even if we kind of take that out and we have a look at our averages here, very, very, very similar.
Okay.
I think you see a little bit of a different range with some of these, but the averages are pretty darn close. Like your tighter spectrum here, 175 plus or minus a yard and a half, plus or minus 3. Again, is that operator error? Is that the club? It's hard to.
I'm not that good to really be able to say it's the equipment. I mean, they're all kind of landing in the same areas, so.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one of the interesting things is like, we did see 2 shots in a row. You had the identical spin rate.
Yeah,
but
that's
they were
interesting.
completely different shots. Similar there at 76. And again, first one you had at 63, so fairly low there. But again, spin rates are very similar. You do spin the one that's lead tape low a little bit higher marginally. And like,
Which is what we expected.
yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it's funny because you hit a few shots earlier with the lead tape low as you warmed up, and like I was kind of watching the numbers. You do spin that a fraction more. I would say like if we really went finely into this, I would bet you're probably 50 to 100 RPMs. I don't think it's anything monumental.
Okay.
I think it's enough to maybe make a difference. Do you find, is there any feel difference? I mean,
Not really, no. Folks, I wish there was something huge to tell
Yeah.
you, but it's
yeah,
very minor.
I mean, I think you'd have to.
I'm not good enough to feel it.
You'd have to move 10+% of the mass that high to feel a difference. I think moving it from laterally from the heel to the low portion, that's a big change.
Yeah, because we're talking closure rate of the club versus where the ball impacts.
Yeah.
Where mass is going to affect launch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I mean, in theory too, is like if you put your lead tape a little bit higher, you catch it a little bit higher on the face. Will you get a little bit more out of it? Maybe, right? But it's 10 grams. It's
very little.
unless
Relative
you're
to the
putting
entire weight.
275
Yeah.
grams in that
Okay.
head. So I think that's where you've got to move a little bit more. Which again, think about that though, right? Is like you could potentially stretch that out a fraction more, make a larger impact on where the center of gravity is than what we're doing. But this is more of a realistic test. Is it going to make a difference when we go to build these irons? Lead tape low versus high, it's marginal, right? It's not anything to write home about.
So I mean, if we're looking at the main things, launch angle is the same, 15.5, 15.6.
So I mean,
that
one and range, you did the same thing. You had one that was almost identical. Like you did 13.3, 13.8
Right.
on your
So it's
second
the
last
same.
one. Then 16.7, 16.5, right? So
spin rate is really the only thing that we've seen change a hair.
yeah, and that's just because we had that one that was a fraction higher. I think the emphasis though, like I would argue that you do spin that a little bit more.
Right.
And I think like even just watching you on certain strikes too that I thought, oh, they're going to spin at this. They spun a fraction more when the lead tape was a little bit lower.
Okay.
A little bit less when
So it's really, from a basic standpoint, it's not enough to make a huge difference high versus low. Small difference, so maybe it is something if you're a tinkerer like me, in the shorter irons, if you want to flight them, you may move the tape up, and longer irons you move it down.
Yeah.
Really, the main difference we're seeing is lead tape on the back versus
in the nozzle.
lead plugs in the neck.
For sure.
That's it affects the closure rate of the club more.
And so think about that. Put it where you want, right? I mean, if you just for confidence you want to put it a little bit higher on the face, a little lower, depending on what iron you're playing, then absolutely go for it.
Sure, have at it.
If you put it a little bit more on the toe side, you could argue that would make a difference as well. So put it where you want. Know that it's not going to change things dramatically, but at least it can help in certain situations, right? So
all right. Well,
there you go. That's our conclusion.
Our conclusion is it really doesn't do much.
Yeah, but it's a cool test, and thank
Write
you
that
guys
down.
for exactly. Thanks you guys for
all right
for bringing that up.
Bye.
See ya. I just want to see how much is on there in case we lose any as well.
I left the laser on last night.
No, I turned it off.
Thanks.
Burn a hole in the building.